Hey, I'm James McDougall.
I'm Lexi Grabowski.
I'm Briar Knowles.
My name is Jessica Malka.
I'm Christy Murdoch.
It's Alaska Lee.
I am Natasha Prasad.
I'm Megan Hemingway.
I'm Leanne Johnson.
My name is Snezhana Baikova.
I'm Kate Schroeder.
My name is Natasha Hurlbert.
My name is Rachel.
My name is Deborah Lee Smith.
I'm Rebecca Amzalag.
And I'm an actress and producer.
I'm an actress based in New York City.
Writer, actress.
I'm an actor.
Actor and filmmaker.
I'm an actress based in Los Angeles.
And I'm an actor, singer-songwriter.
I'm an actress.
I'm a model actress based out of Calgary, Alberta.
I'm an actor and a musician.
I am an actress based in Toronto, and I want to thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for watching. And thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for tuning in to the Chat with Dan show.
What would you like to have told to yourself before becoming an actor?
Okay, I was going to say, there isn't really a time in my life where I don't remember being a performer, so it's not necessarily about that, but I think something that I would have told myself before I started pursuing it as a career was, don't expect things to just be handed to you. You know, I went to a BFA conservatory theater program. It was very much like, oh, you just do X, Y, Z, and you're going to be auditioning, you're going to be on stage, you're going to have all these things. And so I feel like very early on in my career, I was just like, well, why isn't any of this happening, without actually realizing that there is work. It is a business. There is a lot more than just like the performing aspect of it. So I wish that I had told my much younger self, like, start thinking about this as a business, start thinking about that side of it, and don't just expect things to be handed to you.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I definitely second that. I think that's what I said to Dan in our first podcast together, was just like, really, I probably would have minored in business or something like that, to be honest.
I feel like I similar situation. I got a BFA in music theater and I went in with very low expectations. I was like, I'm going to go to New York. I'm not going to work for like 5 years, you know? So it ended up being a lot better than that. But I wish that I had told myself not to try so hard to try to be what they wanted me to be, because you don't know what they want. And I just wish that I went with my instincts more.
I second that, Brittany. Yeah. Like, and really listening to yourself. Like, of course you're going to, learn who you are as you grow. But I think like really trusting yourself, trusting your intuition. A big thing for me has been removing the shoulds in my life lately and just doing the wants and the needs. I think that actually stemmed from me spending like thousands of dollars as an actor on, different things like, photos or classes or whatever. And I did most of those things because I felt like I should be doing them. And I eventually didn't use them for whatever reasons, or it actually, pushed me into this other thing that I didn't really want to do or didn't really speak to me. So yeah, that's been a biggie for me for sure.
That's a great way of doing that.
I definitely second that. Like, all of you guys made valid points. If the only thing I could tell myself as a younger is getting into acting is just buckle up, because it's going to be a hell of a ride. because getting into it, you don't know like what kind of acting classes to take, and you take advice from another fellow actor, but that might be the best class for them to grow, but not for you to grow. So to take full advantage of the whole audit the classes to see if this is a good fit for me, if this teacher understands who I am as a person and who I can be as an actor. That's the major points that I would just tell myself when I was younger.
I think it depends on how young we're talking to, because my young self, I grew up in like a very small town, and nobody around me even believed, I think in some ways they still can hardly believe that acting is a career that can be done. And I think so that's one of my big things. I would have just said, hey, it is possible. Because I think every step of the way it's been like, is it wait, should I do that? Can I major in theater? Would that be worse for terrible for my life? So yeah.
I totally relate to what you're saying there, Sonya. My family, like I grew up in a big sports family, so still to this day, like my dad is like, what do you mean like you're doing this audition, or what do you mean you're film? Like, I don't get it. Like, this is, people make money doing this. It's very like interesting. But I do one thing I really wish I could have told my younger self is that you use as much of you as possible, kind of similar to what Brittany was saying, but like that, you're not necessarily playing these like abstract characters or people that are so far removed from you. Is that no, like they actually do want to see like the parts of you that you bring to it, which is something that I think I didn't really understand when I first went into acting. So, and also something that I think really made me fall in love with it as well. So I wish I had been able to learn that, I guess, a little bit sooner rather than trying to fight against those parts of me.
Well, I think that's, oh, go ahead, Samantha.
Okay, really quickly, and then I would love to hear what you're saying, Brittany. But to your credit, Laura, I feel like a lot of us got our start in theater, and that's kind of what we were told to do, was to do, fit into these archetypes, like fit into these caricatures. Are you the ingenue? Are you the character? Whatever. So it's almost not really our fault, because we were told that, I didn't go to college, but a lot of my friends that, went to performing arts schools, like that's what they teach in conservatory too. Like, know your niche, know your type, and then like, that's it. But it's different from now. We have learned, because the industry has started to actually tell us what they need from us, which is bring ourselves to the role. Like now we know that. So I think it's fairly kind of a new thing, if I'm being honest. So I feel like we've all just kind of been figuring it out as we go. So yeah.
Well, and to kind of compound on that, like, I feel like theater school tricks us, because they tell us like, no, you need to be this one particular thing. And I don't know how many times I was told, oh, you're going to age into your type. Like, oh, once you meet like, your like 30s and 40s, you're going to age into it. And you're going to be like golden. And I'm like, okay, well, what is that?
That's so long way.
But I think the other hard part of it is theater training oftentimes compels us to say, you have to be anything. If they want you to be an old person, or if they want you to be this thing that you don't connect with, like, you have to be prepared to be it. So we get in our brain of this mindset of, how can I manipulate who I am? How can I shut off who I am to be that other thing? When in reality, it's like you Laura and Samantha were saying, of like, no, you have to be able to bring who you are into it, because that is the only thing that will set you apart. Like, at some point, you're going to be auditioning in a room with actors who everyone is talented. At some point, you're going to be at some level where everyone is good. And the only thing that might separate you from the rest of the actors is just your natural isms, your natural personality that shines through that character, that makes a different choice than everyone else in the room does. And you have to be able to be okay enough with yourself bringing that to the table.
I could not agree more. And it can feel redundant, because you're like constantly bringing yourself to a character, but like, that's what you have to offer that's different. And that was when I started booking stuff in LA, when I was adding like sort of a sarcastic or more comedic spin to stuff, and just kind of reacting how I would react, instead of trying to think of how this perfect looking TV girl would react, which was like so stilted and thought out. And, but people feel it when you're like in it, and when it really feels like it's just you reacting, and it works.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. That was a badass answer for all.
I love it. There's only one question.
I know, right? I was like, we could go on. I think we could do the whole podcast on just that.
I know, it's a big one.
We could talk for 2 days about that topic. I mean,
okay.